This is an example of what our S3 profile is going to look like. It's going to be based on using our Evernote application as well as a web tool called Pistachio, Postach.io. This is the final outcome, and it's got an example of 6 subjects. So let's just open one up and have a look. It's available all online. So if I go and have a look at my computing one, for example, I will see a little picture that I've taken and a little review showing my significant aspects of learning in computing. And again, the same for business management that I've written here. And I've included some pictures that I think are appropriate too. In order to create your S3 profile like this, we've got to do a couple of things. We've got to create a new folder in Evernote called S3 profile and register with a site called Pistachio, Postach.io. The first thing to do is in your Evernote app, open it up and you're going to create a new folder called S3 profile. So you press the elephant at the top, click on notebooks, and we're going to create a new notebook called S3 profile. And press done. Now we've created a notebook, let's go into Safari and go to postach.io, so postach.io, and we're going to press the button that says login using Evernote. So you need to sign in with your appropriate details, so it's usually going to be your number at schools.eden.org. Once you've logged in, it's going to ask you to authorize your account, so just press the authorize button. And we'll now go and set up our blog. So create your first site. What we're going to do is fill in our appropriate names. So you fill in your name, and your email address, which will be your normal number at schools.eden.org. Your site name should just be your name, so in my case I'm going to put Mr. Clark. And for your site URL, what you want to do is make sure it's the same number, so that your login number. So in my case it's going to be 040112225. This is really important you get the login number correct, okay? Once you've done that, you then press create. Once you've created your site, you'll get the Huzzah Hooray page, and it'll tell you the URL, the website address of your new profile. So mine is my number.postach.io. Yours should be exactly the same. You should see your number.postach.io. Now before we get into this, we're going to scroll down and we're going to view the dashboard. So view my dashboard, and we're going to make a few changes to the layout. So you'll see here is the little pop-up window. Let's just close that, press the X. We want to edit the site, which is the little pencil that you see here, the green one there. So let's just edit the site. And I'm going to make a few little changes about it. Alright, so we're going to scroll down, and the first thing we want to do is to say, well, the notebook that we want to use, press here and you should see the S3 profile notebook appear. So we press that and we scroll down and press update site details, and that's us updated them. We now want to go to the theme browser and scroll down to the third one down and choose the one called Curator and press apply and press OK, and that's our theme saved. So now going back to postach.io at the top left hand corner, we can press our link to see our website, so that's 0401, so just press here, and this is what our learning profile is going to look like. So now the Pistachio site is set up, we can now begin to populate it with notes from our S3 profile notebook. So let's go back into Evernote. And let's have a look at some of our notes. So let's have a look at our notebook, S3 profile, and there are no notes in here. So in here you're going to gather together a note for each of your subjects. Make sure they're tagged. Now these notes should be your latest and best achievements in that subject. So let's just add a note to this just now. So press the plus button, and this is going to be about music. And I'm just going to paste in a little bit of text that I've written already, and make sure I tag this with music, and it's from the Expressive Arts CFE area. And I'm going to add in a picture as well. So I've got a picture saved in my library just to illustrate this. So take the picture, and we're going to take it from a saved photo, and there's my music picture there. Select and done. So here's my little post. Yours should be much more exciting than this. But importantly, we want this to automatically appear on our Evernote profile. So make sure you press the More button and start adding a tag called Published. If you start typing PUB, it'll appear automatically, and we select Published and press Save. Now what this is now going to do, it's going to automatically create a post on our Pistachio blog. So if you go back into your Pistachio site here and just refresh the page, what you'll see is that the first post that appears is about music. And when you click on this, it takes you to the post you've just made. So what you can then do is back in your notes, you may have written notes already in other notebooks. So first of all, in here I've got a few posts about computing and business management that I would like to be part of my S3 profile. So I'm going to go to my computing post. I'm going to change its notebook. So you'll see up here, I'm going to change its notebook and put it into my S3 profile, and make sure I publish this. So I'm going to add the tag called published. I'm going to do the same for my business management example. I'm going to go here, just add the tag published, and make sure it goes into my S3 profile notebook like so. So now what you'll see is that in your S3 profile I've got 3 notes, all tagged with the appropriate subject area, all tagged with the appropriate CFE area, and also they're all tagged with the word published. So when I go to my Evernote site now, my Pistachio site, sorry, and refresh my page, I've now got my S3 profile is beginning to take shape, where I can see I've got a post about music, which is my latest and best, business management, computing, and every other subject. So you need to have a post for each of your subjects, making sure that inside that post in your Evernote, you talk about your latest and best, what's the relevant aspects, the most appealing aspects of learning, the things that you've been most proud of. So you should end up with up to 8 different posts about your different subject areas, as well as the different posts you would have to make as directed by your guidance teacher.